Did you know that St. Luke's University Health Network, based in the Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania, has been recognized by the U.S. government as the highest performing health system in the United States for quality? You heard right. St. Luke's #1 recognition affirms our status as the top leader among the most respected healthcare providers in the nation, including Houston Methodist and the Mayo Clinic. To state it simply, if you want to receive the best care when you go to a hospital, come to St. Luke's.
Excuse me! Taxi!
Come on, what are you doing? This is the 77 WABC minicast.
So in China, we have a situation where the two world leaders are full of public praise for each other and all smiles, but apparently Taiwan has become a flashpoint of the summit as Secretary of State Marco Rubio warns Beijing of, quote, repercussions for an evasion. Dominic Carter here with you. A lot to get to. 800-848-9222. The phone lines have opened. And we'll get to China in just a second, but I have a lot that I want to get to. A good news, bad news scenario, and also surprise, surprise, surprise on a podcast of Riley Gaines, a former member of Black Lives Matter, admitting what I told you folks on day one. It was nada but a scam, a money shakedown, and you went for the okie doke. 800-848-9222. Okay, let's get to the good news before I get to the bad. And if I said bad, you know that means Mamdani. And we'll get to that. I see you, Carlos, shaking your head. Yes, we'll get to Mamdani and what's happening with the Jewish community, because I am livid. I am absolutely livid, and I'm going to make an illustration, but we'll save that. I said good news, bad news, so let's deal with the good news first. Staten Island, the locator as of yesterday, police commissioner of New York City, folks. I don't know if you have a problem like this around in your city, but in New York City, if you want a sign of how bad things have gotten society-wise in New York City, just step outside, in particular in Manhattan, but other boroughs as well, and you may be hit by one of these mopeds. The driver probably doesn't speak English, speaks Spanish, some African language that nobody understands, probably doesn't speak English, and is going to look at you like it's your fault as he was driving 30, 40 miles an hour, he or she, and now you have to go to the hospital with a broken bone, and it doesn't matter that the driver was going up the block one way, coming up traffic the wrong way. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And so the New York Police Department just yesterday, 200 of the seized mopeds that are often used in criminal activity. Remember the 7-month-old baby that was shot in the head in Brooklyn about 2 months ago on a moped by those savages? The NYPD destroying literally 200 mopeds. And I say yes, yes, yes.
What we are dealing with here goes well beyond traffic enforcement. These illegal mopeds and scooters have become a persistent public safety issue across the city and are often used in the commission of a crime.
And that sound you hear is music to my ears. It's the crane destroying these mopeds. We see all of your calls. So I said the good news. That was the good news. The bad news. Let's deal with it. I can't hide from it any longer. The bad news. I want you to imagine this situation. Think about it for a second. Think about this for a second. The Mecca of the black community, which happens to be Harlem, New York. The Mecca of the black community, 125th Street, the Apollo Theater, the rich history of 125th Street. Or imagine Strivers Row in Harlem, where all the black doctors and lawyers live, right? Nothing but beautiful brownstones. So imagine 125th Street or Strivers Row, or imagine Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, another hub for the black community. And imagine the KKK. About 200 members says, we're going to walk through the neighborhood with our robes and sheets on. How long would that be tolerated, our robes and hoods on? It wouldn't be tolerated for a New York minute. So why, Mamdani, is it tolerated that your pals, these Palestinian protesters and these anti-Semitic protesters, why are they allowed to parade through Jewish communities in Brooklyn doing nothing but causing havoc? Why are you tolerating this? As the mayor of New York City, free speech, free speech. If you want to see how well free speech works under Mamdani, try and interrupt some of these Gruish prayers and see if you have free speech to interrupt that. You'll be locked up in a New York minute. Mamdani, why are you letting these people with these awful flags from these countries, Hezbollah and so on, and groups that are banned in America, you're letting them walk in predominantly Jewish neighborhoods like they have rights, like they have ownership, chanting, harassing people? Why are you permitting this? I know why. You know why. Your wife knows why, because you're pleasing your racist wife and your anti-Semitic wife and your anti-Semitic father. You're the mayor of all the people, Mamdani. Folks, I want you to think about that. I'm going to get to China. I promise I'm going to get to China. It would not be tolerated for 2 minutes for the Klan to walk through Harlem. First of all, the community would deal with that. It would last for 30 seconds. But it would not be tolerated. So why is it tolerated, Mamdani, that you let your pals parade through Jewish communities, wreaking havoc on innocent people? One of the gorgeous mosaics, America, about New York is, and this is something I like to do from time to time. You can go all over the city and see different ethnic communities. The Italian community, the Latino community, East Harlem. When I say the Italian community, what immediately comes to mind is the Belmont section of the Bronx. I grew up in the shadows of the Belmont section of the Bronx. But we knew it as kids, you don't bring that nonsense into the Belmont section of the Bronx. You were welcomed. You could walk around. You could go buy pastries. You could go buy Italian food. You could do anything and everything. But don't bring that nonsense from the hood into the Belmont section of the Bronx. Wasn't tolerated for 2 seconds. And a can of Act Right would be opened up immediately, and you would know not to do it again. So why is it tolerated? And so you can go to certain parts of Brooklyn, all over the city, Jewish communities, beautiful communities. Why are you letting these people? And Mamdani, why are they choosing those communities to protest in? And have you said anything? Have you said peep? Have you done anything? Why is this being tolerated?
77 WABC and Bergen Newbridge Medical Center honor the life of legendary broadcaster and our friend, Ernie Anastas.
Hi, it's Ernie Anastas. You know, your thoughts can affect how you feel. Bergen Newbridge Medical Center is the largest hospital in New Jersey, providing comprehensive, equitable, compassionate, and high-quality emergency inpatient and outpatient medical care, plus mental health services and substance use disorder treatment. The Bergen Newbridge team can address your total health needs in one convenient location. Call 201-225-7130 for an appointment or newbridgehealth.org.